How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. You know I love it when you drop in the shop. Today we're going to do a little winter maintenance on the Can-Am Outlander. I've got a 2010 Can-Am 500 XT Max Outlander, and getting her geared up here for the winter. As you see, it's a little chillier this morning. I got my jacket on. So we're going to pull her in the shop, do some maintenance. I'm going to change the oil in the filter for sure, check the plugs, and give her a once over, get it ready for winter. Alright, I'm just going to check the bike over, just do a visual inspection to start with. Lubrication is squeaky, or the suspension I mean is squeaky. There's a good brake pedal and the lever, not much movement in either of them, so I think that's good. The bike is not clean. I just wanted to say a little word about that. In an ideal world, I would keep the bike nice and clean, nice and pristine, and keep it polished, and clean out the undercarriage and everything, because if you do that, the equipment works better. I mean, there's no two ways about it. It's been proven time and time again. However, where we live here, there's no pavement for 10 miles. Everything we travel on is dirt roads, trails, and I don't do a lot of trail riding, but I do a lot of, hauling and work with the bike sometimes. So I get it in places where it's pretty dirty. And then when I come back from doing all that, I'm wore out. So when I get back, I just don't have it in me to get the hose out and wash the bike down. So that's why the bike's as dirty as it is. But for any of you out there that are watching and you're trying to get some hints on how to look after your equipment, cleaning it is a good thing to do. Don't ever give that poor press, because aside from changing your oil regularly, I think cleaning your bike is probably the next best thing. So anyway, talking about that, I had the bike running for a little while. First thing I'm going to do is drain the oil, so let's get at that. Okay, there's our drain plug. You can see that. And because I have a belly pan on here and a plow mount, it makes it hard to get to the plug, plus makes it hard for draining the oil. So we're going to have to come up with something here. Anyway, so we're going to open this up. Okay, I'm going to try and get ready to stick my drain chute in there as quick as I can. Actually, what I might do, even stuff a rag in back there. That'll help catch some of the oil, because it's going to be messy. There we go. Told you. So I'm going to have to hold that in there while this drains. So I should have taken the plow mount off. That would have been the ideal thing to do, but you know what happens. I don't know, what do you think? I think we're done. This drain plug too, by the way, has got a little magnet in it. So when I checked that, it was alright. Now another thing they suggest is this crush washer that's on the drain plug, that every time you change the oil, you change the crush washer. Well, I don't have a crush washer, so don't tell anybody, but I'm not going to change it. Okay, see if we can get this back in here without too much catastrophe happening. Alright, you don't want to over tighten it. You know what happens when you do that. For the most part, I think that's got it. So my oil filter is right in here. So all this paraphernalia here, I think I'd do well to get rid of that. It's quite a little job to get it all off, but we'll get it. So anyways, I have to continue to take this off. So there's a screw down here, 2 screws there, 2 here, 2 here, and I've got some, I think 8 screws on the actual floor pan itself. And then I hope this will pull out. So I'll come back when I'm a little closer to being close. These panels they have little pegs that go into rubber buttons. And then they just pull out. So now, I think this should all pull out. A bit of twisting and, you know, stuff, it just pulls out. Alright, here's the oil filter cover, so we're going to try and get that off. Three screws hold that. Now I have my filter pan set up, my drain pan set up down below, but I know that this is going to leak oil everywhere. So I'm going to try and control it a little bit anyway. Okay. And then I'm just going to hold this in place. I don't think it'll pop out, but... Alright, see if we can get this off now. Moving. There it comes. So again, we'll just examine the inside of that. You know, it doesn't look that bad. Now we'll take the filter out. There we go. Clean up that cavity somewhat. And I think we can get rid of this rag for all the good it did. Oil everywhere. So many different shapes and everything, on these pieces and parts. It's hard to get them clean once you get oil on them. Okay, on the cover here, there's an O-ring that goes around the cover. And it says in the manual, or in the repair manual, it says to replace this every time you change the oil. However, I don't have a new O-ring, so I'm just examining this one, and it looks like it's in not a bad shape. It's not quite a no anymore, but it's going to be all right. So I'm going to put the O-ring back in place here. And then for the filter, I'm just going to put some oil around this seal at the bottom, and then we'll slide that in. So that goes in there, and it sort of presses in, something like so. And then I'm just going to put a little oil around this O-ring, just to help it slide in there a little bit better. And then we'll put this back in place, and there's only one way the cover can go on, I guess, from what I can see. We put these torque screws back in here. You don't want to be rate savage on these, but you want to make sure they're snug. Alright, so that's that. Alright, we're going to put some oil in it, and what I bought this time, I've never used this before, it's called Motol. It's an ATV UTV 10W40 synthetic oil. Meets all the requirements for Can-Am machines. So I'm hoping it's going to work. And it says that it takes 2 liters in the manual, so we'll put 2 liters in it and see what happens. Alright, finishing off here the 2nd liter. Now it says 2 liters in the manual to refill this. And I changed the filter, so I don't know whether it's going to take more or less because I changed the filter too. It doesn't talk about that in the manual, but it does say in the manual that in order to check it, you have to put the drain plug in, screw it in all the way, take it out, look to the north, quite a little procedure, and that looks to be a little bit too full, but I mean I haven't started the engine up yet, so we'll screw this in once more. And now I'm going to set this down on the floor. I am going to start it up, just let it run for a little bit, could circulate it around. Okay, I just ran that for, I don't know, 30 seconds. We'll let it settle. So we screw it all the way in, we take it all the way out, and it says it's right at the full mark. Maybe even a little bit on the low side, so we'll watch that. If I have to top it up, I will, but for now I think that's good. Alright, we've got the oil and the filter changed. We had a lot of work to get to today. The Can-Am's a great ATV, I have to say this. This Can-Am, I haven't used it a lot, but it's a great machine. Solid, rugged, well built, well designed. But boys, you have to it takes a lot of time to get to what you want to work on. But anyways, I got her done and cleaned up kind of halfway decent too. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you dropped by. Thanks a lot. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And for my regular viewers too, I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got some more maintenance coming up on the Can-Am, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, I hope you all have a great week. Don't forget, thumbs up me and leave me some comments. And we'll talk to you.